Awesome. Hello, hello.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everyone. My name is Javier Carlin. I'm a physical therapist, and this is Marissa Case, and she's a registered dietitian. And we are the founders of the online business growth secrets for dietitians and nutritionists. So if that is you, then you're in the right place at the right time. As you're jumping on, please say hello. We love to know who we're speaking to. We love to know who we're having these conversations with every single Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So let us know. Say hello. Hashtag live if you're live with us, and hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. And we see a few people jumping on, so we're going to shout you out.
Yeah.
Who do we have?
Say hello so we know who's on. So here we are. Monday, as you guys know, if you know any other registered dietitian, nutritionist who would benefit from the information in this group, please feel free to invite them to the party.
Yeah. So tonight we are talking about the truth about memberships. How many of you want to know the truth? Go ahead and put truth in the chat if you want to know the truth about memberships. But before we do, it's been really cold out. We live here in Florida. It's been like 32 degrees. For Florida, that's pretty cold. Yes. So it's been like 32 degrees in the mornings. I could have sworn, I'm pretty sure it's called snow. Some people might call it frost, but it looked like snow to me on the cars, on the grass. So if you watch my story this morning, you'll see what I'm talking about. So for you, people who live like in the North Pole area, let me know. What do you think? Let me know. Is it frost? Is it snow? I'm still unsure. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive into tonight's training. Have you ever thought about creating a membership program? How many of you have a membership program? If you have one, say, I do in the chat so we know. And the truth is that membership programs can be a great addition to your business. Now, with that said, like everything else that we teach, there's always an optimal place and time to implement this component in your business to make sure it's a success, okay? Because like you know, right, and like we've talked about before, with everything that we do, just like our clients and the patients that we work with, there's always a possibility that they're doing the right thing, but at the wrong time, and that can actually make things worse. So it's no different in business, and we want to make sure that you get this down, okay? Is that cool with you all? Yes? Put a yes in the chat. Beautiful. So tonight we're going to be spilling the beans on when the right time is to launch your membership, okay? We're going to go over what has to be in place in your business prior to launching it, okay, so it could be successful. And number 3, we're going to talk a little bit about what the launch strategy should look like for a membership program, okay? So with that said, let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll take it from here.
Awesome.
There it is.
Oh, and you press those comments so we can see those comments rolling in. There we
is.
go. Okay, now we can see those comments rolling in. What's up, Sonika, Barbara, Heidi? Hey, guys.
Awesome. Awesome. All so right. Good to see you. Cool.
All right. Everyone see the screen? Perfect. Perfect. So before we dive in, we need to make sure that we're all talking about the same thing here, right? When we say the word membership, we want to make sure that we're on the same page, okay? Mm-hmm. So we're going to go ahead and very quickly define what a membership program is. All right. So a membership program is simply a type of business model where individuals pay a recurring fee to access the value you create. All right. So here we have some examples of membership programs. So comment the word below if you have these memberships. So for example, Netflix, comment Netflix below if you have a Netflix membership or someone you know has a Netflix membership, maybe you're on their account. Comment Netflix down below because that is an example of a membership.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know. Put Netflix in the chat if you have Netflix. And Netflix actually has 207 million subscribers.
Wow.
Pretty impressive, right?
Yeah. All right, another one, Costco. Costco has memberships, right? You can't shop there if you're not a member. So Javi and I actually got a membership about a month ago. So put Costco down in the chat if you guys are a member of Costco or something similar, right? There's BJ's, there's Sam's Club. So put in the chat, and Costco has 113.1 million cardholders. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy. Then we got Orange Theory, right? So gyms have memberships, 800,000 members. Amazon Prime, hello. Like, who does not love Amazon Prime? That is also a membership with 200 million subscribers. And Beachbody, so any online fitness workout platform. Those are all memberships.
Yeah, exactly. So how many of you, go ahead and put the ones that we have up here, which one of those do you have? Right? You start to see a trend here. You start to see, wow, okay, like I might be part of quite a few memberships, right? And these membership programs are pretty successful. Now, with that said, all of these have several things in common that we want to share with you tonight, okay? And just in a few minutes now, we're going to show you what those things are, okay? So let's see who we have. We have Dr. Lee says she has Netflix. We have Pamela. Hey, Pamela, good to see you. Barbara has Costco and Netflix. Let's see, Pamela has Netflix. We got Heidi in the house and Vicky in the house. Beautiful. All right. So those are what memberships are, okay? Now, there are 4 benefits. There are 4 benefits. How many benefits? Go ahead and put a 4 in the chat.
4.
Make sure that you got this. Okay, so there are 4 benefits, and here they are. The first benefit of a membership is this: recurring cash flow, okay? Recurring cash flow. Now, why is recurring cash flow so nice? Well, it's nice because you have the ability to project how much you're going to be making every single month, okay? Because the cash flow is recurring. So for example, if you pay $29 a month for a Beachbody membership, right, and you stay there for a year, and after you've run a business for some time, you'll know what your churn rate is. We're not going to get into that right now. You'll know how many people stay in for how long, okay? So you are able to predict the amount of cash flow that your business can make, which is nice, okay? So that's a benefit. Number 2 is it lowers marketing costs long term. Now, the reason it lowers marketing costs long term is because what will happen is the people that you use your marketing dollars to acquire in the beginning, they stick with you for longer, right? That's why we also have recurring cash flow. Now, with that said, what's really important here is that we focus on actually keeping members interested, keeping their attention, keeping them so that in a way that they see that there's ongoing value that you're giving to them. Otherwise, if they leave, it doesn't work, right? So retainment, go ahead and put retainment in the chat, is really, really important, okay? Retainment. You also have the opportunity for additional revenue. Okay, and what does that look like? What does additional revenue look like? You might be asking, well, it looks like affiliate programs that you might be a part of that you can offer to those members if it makes sense and if they are, potentially interested in that. You could offer upsells, okay? So where you have other programs that are a bit higher level, higher cost, higher investment, right, that they could potentially upgrade into. So you have those opportunities. You can also offer merchandise. Maybe in your membership, right, you offer merchandise like clothing, water bottles, things that can help them on their journey, supplements, etc. Okay, so these are additional revenue opportunities that you can offer to your members. And the last one here is that it's one-to-many, which means you're creating info products, you're creating products and services that don't require a lot of your time. Now, they have a high cost of creation, okay? A one-time cost of creation, it's really high because it can take quite a bit of time to build this membership platform out. However, once you create it, it is done, which means you can serve people one-to-many, okay, without a lot of your time. Is this making sense so far? Put yes in the chat if this is making sense so we can move on, okay?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Perfect. So, how many of you guys have ever asked yourself, what do I need to start a membership? What's needed, right? Well, we're going to give you the answers. So, number 1, you have to solve a big problem. You need a big problem to solve. So for example, right, Orange Theory. So a workout class, something that I did for years. And the reason why I paid so much money to be a member at Orange Theory Fitness was because I was working full time. I was getting my master's degree. And yes, I know how to work out at a gym, right? I know how to exercise, but I didn't want to think. I just wanted to go to a gym. I wanted to be told what to do. I wanted to have a workout planned out for me. I wanted to have the playlist and I wanted to have the coach. So that was a big problem. I didn't have time to work out. I didn't have enough energy to work out. So I need someone to motivate me, right? And I didn't want to just go to any other gym like an LA Fitness where I didn't have a trainer. So I had a big problem, and Orange Theory was the answer to solving it.
Yep.
So
beautiful.
Next, you have to be very clear on what your value is and what benefit your members will be receiving. Put value in the chat. You have to provide enough value in your membership platform so that people actually want to stay a member.
Yeah. Boom. What do we have next? So while Marissa's explaining to you these points, I'm going to, number one, introduce you to our lovely cat. And then I'm going to actually kick her out. Okay? So, hi, Bella. Say hi, friends.
And bye, friends.
Say hi, friends. Look at all your friends there. Hi, friends.
Okay. Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.
Destroying all the paperwork in the back. That cannot happen. Anyway. All right. So what's needed? What's needed? Number one, you have to solve a big problem. Number two, you have to provide a lot of value and be clear as to the benefits that your members will be receiving when they join your membership. And number three, you need to have an irresistible offer and a future vision that's going to make people want to pay you month after month after month. So you have to have a vision on what you're providing for them with the membership. It's not just like, okay, you're going to join in January, and in January, this is what's going to happen. Well, people want to know what's going to happen in February, March, April, May, June, July, the rest of the year, what you're going to be adding to the membership, what they're going to be getting, right? So that they're going to have something to look forward to, and they're going to want to continue to pay you month after month after month. 100%.
There has to be that anticipation, that excitement, and getting people really curious about, oh, wow, okay, this thing is coming up. I wonder, what it's going to be like. I wonder if I'm going to enjoy it. Like there's, think about Netflix, for example, right? We're always thinking, oh, well, I wonder what they're going to release next.
Oh, yeah.
Or, when it comes to series, right, with, different series, there's like season 3, season 4, season 5, like there's always the next thing, and it keeps you on your toes wanting more. So you have to create that same environment and same feeling in people when you have a membership program. Okay. So what else is needed? So a large audience. Okay. Now, many of you might be asking, well, okay, a large audience. Well, what does large actually mean? Okay. What does large actually mean? Now, with that in mind, here's what's even more important than just having a large audience. Okay. You need both of these. You need a large audience and you need a highly engaged audience. Okay. Now, the reason we say that is this, because you might be asking, well, I get it, but like why? And I get it, right? So the reason why is if you have a large audience, let's say you had 10,000 people on your social media platforms, whether it was Instagram, whether it was Facebook. However, let's say only 10% or even less. Let's say, maybe, okay, fine, 10%. Let's say 10% of them, which is 1,000 people, right, is highly engaged. Okay, even less than that, because what you'll notice is that as you're looking at other people's profiles, even people with big groups sometimes don't have highly engaged groups, and that's for several reasons we'll tell you in a moment. But what happens is if you have a large audience but they're not engaged, they're not going to buy into your membership program. Okay. And then vice versa, if you have a small audience that is highly engaged, then you might get a few people that might be interested, but if it's only like 10 people, then you're not going to be able to make a big impact in their lives and people's lives, but also in your income. Okay. So it's very important. And why we can't give you a specific number is because you have to have both. Now, with that said, an example in the industry that you're in, right? There's someone that we know that has a big audience. They have 250,000 people on their social media platforms. How many of you know that's a lot of people, right? Go ahead and put that's a lot in the chat. That's a lot.
Quarter
right?
of a million.
Quarter of a million people. Okay. Now this person has 700-ish members in their membership program, which is about $25 to $30 a month. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. Now, that being said, what is the percentage of people, right? They have 250,000 people in their social media platforms, and they have 700 and something people, right, that actually pay them monthly. Now, we did the math for you, and the answer is it's 0.3%. 0.3% of that person's audience are actually clients. Okay. Now, what does that look like for you? Let's say you had 100 people on your social media platforms. 3% of 100, I'll do that one first, is 3. Okay. So I'm guessing 0.3% is probably less than 3. So if you had 100 people following you, let's say it was even 1. Out of 100 people, 1 person may buy your membership program. Okay. So you can start to see, okay, well, I need a large audience, a very large audience. Think about all the other examples we gave you, Netflix, Costco, Orange Theory, and I need them to be engaged. There's a couple more things we're going to share with you in a moment that you also need to have. But can you start to see how with memberships, you really need these 2 things? Okay. Makes sense, right? Put make sense in the chat if this is making sense.
Makes sense.
Anything else you want to add to that?
No.
No? Okay.
That was good.
Cool.
So the next thing that you need for your membership is you need an attractive, easy to navigate website or app or platform. Okay. So again, your membership is going to be hosted on one of these things. You may have a combination of them, but people need to be, number one, it has to be attractive to the eyes, right? Number 2, has to be easy to navigate. People need to be able to go in, click a button, video is going to work, a PDF or a checklist or something is going to easily download. And that stuff, if you're not a techie person, can take a lot of time. And we're going to go into more of the tech things a little bit in this presentation. And then next is, I can never say this word.
Virality. It has to be viral.
Viral.
It must be viral.
Virality. I never can say that word.
Yes.
Virality.
Yes. Yes. So basically, it must be so good, okay? It causes people to want to talk about it nonstop. Okay? It must be so good, it causes people to want to talk about it nonstop. Think about it, right? When Netflix first came out, when Uber first came out, when, you ask people for, hey, where should I go shopping if I want to do things in bulk, right? People talk about these platforms nonstop, right? Hey, did you just watch the latest Netflix show? Oh, hey, I called an Uber, right? These things become so ingrained in us, they become part of our language and our culture. Okay, so it must be able to go viral where people can't stop talking about it. All right.
And last but not least, you guys need results and proof that what you have has helped people, because you're going to be putting out your membership platform, trying to launch it, right? And people are going to be wondering, does this work? Like what this person has in their membership, is it worth it? Has it gotten results for people already? And you need to be able to say, yes, it has. Here are some people that are just like you. They've gone through my membership, or if they've done coaching with me, maybe individually, and what I have here works. They need to see proof, social proof, that your membership is going to be worth it.
Now, y'all came here for the truth about memberships, okay? So we want you to think about this as you consider, should I start a membership program or not? Okay, is that cool with y'all? Yes? Beautiful. So the truth is, right, that at these lower price points of, let's say, $10 to $97 a month, which most of you would probably say, right, that's around how much you would charge, okay? To make, let's say, $5,000 a month, okay, and just $5,000 a month, for many of you, it's about the same that you're making at your job, okay? You need about 100 if it's at $10 to 500 people. Sorry, 100 if it's at $97 to 500 people if it's at 97. 10. Man, I got that opposite. Okay, 10, right, to make that, okay? And we just covered a few of the percentages and what that looks like for someone else with a massive following, okay? So you can start to see where we're going here. Now, with this in mind, what has to happen is you need to have these things in place. You have to have really top-notch messaging / copy, which is your messaging, the writing that you put out there. You have to have a really top-notch platform, easy to navigate, and more than likely in an application, platform. And your advertising has to be top-notch, okay? Because in these membership platforms, you're not actually talking to people, in Messenger or over the phone to get them on, because you just need too many things to happen and too many things to be in place. Okay. Now, here's a concept that you really need to get. Okay. So write this one down. It's just as hard to sell. It takes as much energy, as much effort, and as much time to sell a membership platform, a membership site to someone as it does to sell something that's a higher price. Okay. You need time, you need a team, and you need to either be really good at tech or have someone on your team that's really good at tech to be able to run it successfully, because there's a lot of moving parts. Okay. A lot of moving parts. There's a website, there's the platform where you host the membership portal. There's, several different components to this, right? That's required for you to continue to maintain it in order to be successful. Okay. And the truth about memberships is paid advertising is key. Okay. And the reason it's so key is because you need to be able to grow your audience exponentially and get your membership in front of as many people as possible. Like we mentioned, right? This person has 250,000, 250,000 people, right, on their platform in order to just get 0.3%. So if you were to do this organically, right, if you were to message or have conversations with or attempt to grow to 250,000 people, right, how long would that actually take you? Time, team, and tech necessary. And so is paid advertising. Okay. That's why you see Beachbody advertising. That's why you see Orange Theory advertising. That's why you see Netflix. Maybe not so much because they're viral, but still they did for a little bit. Virality, right? So here's what we recommend instead. Now, before we move forward, can you see how this is true, right? If you can see the truth to this, go ahead and put truth in the chat so that we know that you're getting this, okay? Because this is what we have found and what we have seen works. And we're not saying that memberships don't work. Memberships are amazing, but you have to be, truthful to yourself and know that there is a lot of components that need to be in place to make this very successful. And for many of you, right, many of you are working a 9-to-5 right now. So do you have the time to be able to create something like this? Well, if the answer is no, then we have a better way. Okay, we have what we recommend instead. All right.
Do you guys want to hear it?
You guys want to hear it? Yes. Okay.
We're not going to show you unless you want to hear it. We could just end it right here. I mean.
Okay.
All right. I think they came on here to learn about the truth about membership.
For sure.
We'll tell them.
We'll tell. Let's do it. So here's what we recommend instead.
So number 1, we recommend doing customer research. Finding out, who your customer is, what big problem, right? We talked about that in the beginning. What big problem are you going to be solving for these people? Second, learning organic marketing, right? So organically, that means no paid advertising, no advertising.
In the beginning, none
in the beginning. Learning the art of organic marketing, okay? And building an engaged audience. Remember, it's one thing to have a really big audience, but you need the second part, which is the engaged audience. Make sense?
Makes sense to me. Yeah. And for those of you that want to learn to start building an engaged audience, right, and want to figure out some ways to navigate around that, maybe it's through a Facebook group, maybe it's Instagram, what have you. There are specific strategies, specific methods that you could follow to be able to do that. Okay. Now, if that's something that you want to learn more about, we're actually hosting a free 5-day challenge. We do have some VIP options as well on how to launch and grow your Facebook group. Okay, so if that's something you're interested in learning more about, it is going to happen in the next couple weeks. Just go ahead and put the word challenge down below and we'll send you an invitation. Okay, so go ahead and type the word challenge in the chat right now and we'll go ahead and send you the invitation for that 5-day challenge that's coming up in a couple weeks. Cool. So
Cool.
if you want help with building an engaged audience, okay, that's what you'll want to do next is comment the word challenge. Perfect.
All right. All right. So next thing that we recommend instead of the memberships is creating an offer. And if you guys were at our pricing and packaging irresistible offers masterclass, we spoke about this and we showed you how to create an offer that was at least $1,000. So very, very easy to do. We walked everyone through that. So creating an offer. Next, what we recommend instead is learning how to have those authentic conversations, right? Being genuine and really, really talking to people, getting to know them on a deeper level. Then learning to enroll, the art of enrollment. The art of enrollment, okay? Put art of enrollment in the chat below. That one's going to be key. So recommend you getting at least 5 clients per month. And if you charge at least $1,000, for most of you, what we have found is just 5 clients a month at $1,000 is enough for you guys to leave your 9-to-5 job.
100%.
Yeah. And when you leave your 9-to-5 job, then you'll have more time to increase your revenue. And when you have more money, then you'll be able to hire a team to help you run everything. So can you see the step-by-step process here?
Yeah. So basically just to sum it up, right? You focus on what we can call higher ticket offer where $1,000 isn't really that high ticket, right? But you get 5 of those people per month. Okay, now you're making $5,000 a month. So you leave your 9-to-5 job and you could possibly do that in like 20, 30 hours a week, right? So you buy yourself back more time. And now because you have more time, you're able to get more clients. And because you get more clients with that extra time, you make more money. And with more money, you can hire a team. And when you hire a team to help you, guess what you get? You get back more time. So then at this point, this is where you could possibly potentially, if you want to start a membership, okay? Because you have some more time to create it and some more money to pay people to help you build it, okay? Now we say maybe because, right, at this point, you've probably noticed that, okay, well, all I need to make $5,000, right, at $1,000 per person is 5 people per month, right? What you would need to make $5,000 at, let's say $20 per month, right, would be 250 people per month. Okay, obviously recurring, but it's 250 people versus 5 people, right? How many of you know that 250 is a much bigger number than 5 people, right?
Yeah, much bigger.
How many of you know that some of you have trouble even talking to 5 people a month, right? Now, the reason that is because you might not have the right system and strategy to be able to do that. And we can help you with that, of course, right? But if it's hard for you to talk to a few people, imagine 250 people, okay? Can you start to see, why this is potentially a better path and why we recommend this? I hope so, okay? So with all that said, we have to jump off, but if you have any questions, please drop your questions in the chat. We'll go ahead and answer it after we have a coaching call with our clients right now, but go ahead and drop your questions below. We'll come back and answer them for you, maybe do another live stream to answer those questions for you. But in the meantime, if you want to learn how to build an engaged audience, go ahead and comment the word challenge down below, and we'll send you an invitation for our Facebook group launch and growth challenge coming up in a couple weeks to actually help you with this entire process. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. Well, hope you have a great rest of your evening. Happy Monday, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Good night.